stop applying for credit. As we move into breaking in the new year into 2025, I really want to touch on a massive subject that nobody else talks about. They're all telling you, get this credit card, get this credit builder, do this with your credit profile, go to this bank, go to this credit union. But nobody tells you, you don't need crappy credit cards. You don't need all of those credit builders. You don't need to stack your credit profile with all of these credit products. What if I told you you didn't even need an actual credit card to build credit? Yeah, if your credit score starts with a 4, 5, or a 6, you have no business even applying for a credit card, because all they're gonna do is they're gonna offer you the bottom of the barrel, and then you're gonna be stuck with these low limit credit cards on your credit profile. Like, okay, well, what do I do with this credit card? I don't use it anymore. It's got an annual fee. I've been paying for literally nothing for years, and now it's stuck on your credit profile. And if you close it, guess what? It's gonna have a negative impact on your credit profile, dropping your credit score. I've helped thousands of people improve their credit scores, and the number one thing I tell them is stop applying for credit. Every time I look around, someone that's doing credit repair, working on their credit, trying to delete collections or charge-offs, they continuously apply for credit. It's like they're looking for a lifeline. Credit is not meant to save you. Credit is like an ancillary product. It's an extension of you to help you get to the things you need to get to in life, to get that apartment, to get that car loan, so you can actually manage your finances properly. Credit is not your money. And this is the biggest problem that I see out there, because everybody's pushing credit cards on you, so you just assume that you need those credit cards. All of those crappy credit cards that Credit Karma's offering you. And don't act like you don't know that I know that you're on Credit Karma and you keep applying for those offers that they keep sending you, because it says, oh, there's not going to be any impact to your credit profile. But hold on, I'm not just going to point the finger at Credit Karma, because it's also Experian. It's every single app that gives you a free credit score is trying to offer you a crappy credit card and lock you in. We do not want those low limit credit cards on our credit profile. And you're probably saying, but why, Mike? Why? Because low limit credit cards will lead you to other low limit credit cards. It shows that you're not financially responsible enough to manage large amounts of money. When I did credit repair, the first step that I offered people was to understand what's on your credit profile, what is trash, what you don't need, and stop applying for credit. Because we do not need any of those crappy credit cards. What we want to do is we want to build and establish a relationship with a big credit union to get to the high limit credit cards, because the high limit credit cards give us the flexibility to manage our money better. And if an emergency happens and we have to carry a balance, it's not going to affect your credit score. But when you have a $500, $300, $200 credit limit on your credit profile, the moment you carry a balance, it has massive impact and it drops your credit score. And on top of that, you're paying an annual fee to the majority of these subprime credit cards to give you a bunch of nothing. The majority of them, maybe if you're lucky, will give you a 1%, maybe 2% cashback reward, or some of them will give you absolutely nothing and continuously charge you a monthly annual fee to just report to the credit bureaus. Basically, you're reporting them to use the credit card, and the majority of people that get the crappy credit cards don't even use them. But before I jump into this video, make sure that you smash that like and subscribe button so this video gets out to more people so everyone can stay informed. First, I'm going to show you a good bundle of all the credit cards that you really want to stay away from. And if you have these on your credit profile, you're going to have to make a hard decision on whether you want to keep them on your credit profile or close them. But understand, I can't guarantee this is not going to have a negative impact, because remember, when you close a credit card, you are closing an account on your credit profile, and that can have a negative impact because it's going to rip away that age of credit the moment you close it. But don't you worry, little heart, because I am going to teach you exactly how to build the proper credit profile. And if you do want to get credit cards, I'm going to teach you exactly what bank credit cards you want to go after. And as I said earlier, moving into 2025, I really want your focus to be on your finances, how to get yourself back on a financial track. Either you're saving money, how can you save more money? Do you need to find better car insurance, home insurance? Do you need to find the best savings accounts, best banking accounts? All of these things, drop them in the comment section. Tell me exactly what you need so I can help you make you even more successful moving into 2025. I want to give a special shout out to all my beasters out there that are working hard to fix their credit using Dispute Beast, the most most advanced AI credit repair software ever created, and specifically to Wesley, Wesley's credit score went up over 226 points after just 2 rounds with Dispute Beast. And also Marcus's credit score went up 337 points after just 2 rounds with Dispute Beast. And let's not forget Richard's credit score went up 446 points after just 1 round with Dispute Beast. Dispute Beast is going to be pinned at the very top of the comments and in the video description for anybody that needs to fix their credit. Last part's the most important. But without further ado, let's get into the list of these credit cards that you want to stay away from. The majority of them are coming from Credit Karma. First on the list is one of my favorite, the Indigo Master credit card. There's nothing great about this credit card. They've got all types of different designs. Any credit card in the Indigo family, stay away from. As you can see, it's going to give you 1 to 3% cash back, and you're going to have an annual fee of $5 a month. So they're going to break down that annual fee, and I'm willing to bet that there's some type of actual sign-up fee once you open up your account and get started also. Throw this one in the trash where it belongs. And next up is the Destiny MasterCard. Now, all of these credit cards are gonna have something that's very similar, and that's gonna be a high interest rate. But at the end of the day, what I tell people all the time is all credit cards really have high interest rates, but these ones are super predatory, as this one right here, the Destiny credit card, is 35.90% with the $5 monthly annual fee. With the $5 monthly annual fee, that kind of makes no sense, but that's exactly what it says. But it's $5 monthly, basically. Next up is the Milestone credit card. Again, this has different versions and different variations also. You want to stay away from all of the Milestone credit cards. Now, this one's going to give you 1 to 3% cash back, and again, another monthly fee that's going to turn out to be $5 a month for absolutely nothing. Next up after that is the Mission Lane credit card. A lot of people go to this credit card. I don't understand why, but they do. It's just they're lured into it by Credit Karma most likely. Again, 33% interest rate is outrageous with an annual fee of $39 a year. Again, for absolutely nothing. My all-time favorite arch nemesis, the Credit One. It looks very similar to the actual Capital One credit card, but it's not. Even though Credit One was before Capital One, they came along with the actual logo before Capital One, in case you didn't know that. But this is one of the most subprime credit cards out there you want to stay away from. They have so many variations of it that you also want to stay away from, especially the one that has a little American Express logo. Makes you think that you're an American Express family, but you're not. Next up is the Aspire credit card. This one comes in with some crazy annual fees of $125 for the first year, and then $124 after that for a 1 to 3% of cashback reward. It's crazy. It's wild to me. The good old Merrick double your line MasterCard. So what they try to claim here is, like, let's say for instance you start with a $500 credit limit, and then maybe after a year they'll bump it up to an actual $1,000 credit and make sure we're gonna double your line of credit because you've been great with us. That's what any credit card company does. This one doesn't charge you an annual fee, but there are different versions of it. Remember that. It's gonna come in with a high interest rate. Stay away from the Merit cards. They have some of the worst customer service. I had a client that was an actual mortgage lender. This is a crazy story. I'm not gonna say that person's name, but this was a mortgage lender that was working on her credit, told her to stop applying for credit cards. What does she do? She applied for the Merit credit card behind my back after I told her not to. She got approved for it. She bought some actual tickets with it, and then Merit Bank reversed the charge without her knowing. Then it canceled her flights because the actual charge got declined. She had no idea. Then she charged something else on it, and she actually had to file a chargeback because she never received the item, and Merit Bank would not reverse the charge for her. Now, a lot of people are gonna say, oh, I have these credit cards, Mike, there's nothing wrong with them. Well, that's you. But I'm telling you right now, it's gonna lead you to a land of nowhere. Man, there's so many on this list. I think we already covered the Aspire credit card. Now let's jump over to the Avant credit card. These cards sound fancy, they sound really nice, but they're not. The Avant credit card comes in with a whopping 35.99% APR. That is insane, with an annual fee of $39. They go all the way up to $2,500. You don't want this, stay away from it. Next up is the First Progress Platinum card. There's nothing platinum about this. Again, there's different variations of the First Progress. Any of them and all of them, stay away from them. Whether it's unsecured or secured, they're all trash. Now, the last and final one I'm gonna talk about is the Open Sky. You got a lot of YouTubers, a lot of TikTokers, Instagrammers, everyone promoting this crappy credit card, but it is one of the worst with some of the worst customer service, and you want to stay away from it because you don't need it. And I want to be really clear on something. If you don't feel comfortable using a credit card, you don't need to get a credit card. If you say, Mike, you know, I'm just not really financially responsible, I'm horrible with credit cards, I don't want a credit card, there's nothing wrong wrong with that. That's okay. You don't need a credit card. You can have credit builders on your credit profile. You can do secured loans. You can do all of the other things and stay away from credit cards if you want to live that type of lifestyle, because it's up to you and your lifestyle and what makes sense for you. And I don't want you to feel that you're trapped and you have to use credit cards, because you don't. But what you want to do is you want to build with a large credit union. I'm not talking about the small little regional credit unions. Those just don't have enough members. Remember, the general rule is the larger the credit unions, the larger the amount of members that it actually has. The more members equals more deposits. More deposits equal higher limit products, higher limit credit cards, higher limit lines of credit, better business products, better auto loan products, because the actual credit union has flexibility to work with people with bad credit and not so great credit profiles because they have so many members. This is why we always say, yes, you can actually rebuild your credit and get a $10,000, $20,000 credit card, even if you have bad credit. Now, we're not saying, oh, go get you one because you have bad credit. No, we're saying it is possible. I've done it with thousands of clients, but you have to understand something. There's a reason why it happens, because when you are a member of a credit union, it's not the same as being with a traditional bank. The bank only cares about their shareholders. With the actual credit union, you are the member, and they're actually there for you to service you in any way, shape, or form that they can. And if they can help you get to those financial goals that you need, then you're going to continue to deposit more money, and you're going to continue to invite your friends and your family to build relationships with them also. This is what credit unions love. Get with the credit union and do a checking and a savings. Do a direct deposit. Then you want to do a secured loan. You can do as many secured loans as you want. The more products that you use with a credit union, the more it will build up your internal credit score. Every massive credit union has an internal credit score. Navy Federal is the only one that shows you that actual internal credit score every time that you apply for any of their credit products. A lot of the other ones won't tell you that. They'll say it doesn't exist, but it does. Navy Federal actually has their representatives tell you, oh, we don't know what you're talking about. And then after you apply for a credit card, you get a notice in the mail saying, this is your Navy Federal credit score. These are the things that you can do to actually improve it. And it's telling you, just follow the instructions and you'll raise that internal credit score and match that up with a high credit score, and the sky's the limit. You'll get approved for anything you want with that credit union. But you want to build and establish a relationship for a minimum of 6 to 8 months before you even apply for any credit products, especially if you have raggedy credit and your actual credit score starts with a 4, 5, or a 6, then you don't want to be applying for any type of credit, whether it be a car loan or a credit card, because the offer's not going to be great. Yes, they're going to get you approved. Yes, you're going to get the car loan that you may want, but the interest rate's going to be outrageous. We want to get ourselves on a better financial track and not be stuck in the hole with negative equity on a car loan or get not the greatest credit card offer that we want. We want to go for the gusto, because if we can get a high limit credit card on our credit profile of at least $5,000, $10,000, or $20,000, now you've shown the actual other banks when you go apply for an American Express, a Citibank, a Chase Bank, a Discover Bank credit card, or a Capital One credit card that you can manage money. So that new bank is going to be incentivized to give you more money, to give you a higher limit the moment you apply for a new credit card with them and start to build a relationship with a new credit card, or a new bank with that new credit card relationship. We want to get to the big banks. That's who we want to bank with. Those are the companies that we want the credit cards with, because they have the best cashback rewards. They have the best travel rewards. They have all of the best features to get you those great credit cards if that's what you're looking for. If not, just stay with your credit union and build a solid foundation with that credit union. You can get your auto loan, your home loan, lines of credit. Some of them offer business products. So if you're an entrepreneur and you need that actual business funding or business lines of credit or business credit cards, you can keep it all under one roof if you want to. But I always tell people, don't put all of your eggs in one basket. Build with one credit union and then have 2 or 3. But don't go all over the place with like 6 or 8 actual other credit unions, because credit unions and banks don't like it for you to have a lot of accounts. I know that sounds crazy, but they will frown upon it, and you will get declined if you have too many bank accounts or too many accounts with other credit unions. When you do a secured loan with a credit union, this is going to turn into what's called an installment loan. Every time you make a payment, it's going to report to all 3 credit reporting agencies, and it's going to help build positive payment history, build age of credit. You want to do an installment loan that's the longest as possible. I always tell people 24 months is the sweet spot for any type of installment loan that you want to do on your credit profile with these secured loans. You don't want to do 6 months or 12 months because remember, we're opening up a new account and then it's eventually going to close. We want that age of credit to grow as far as we can make it grow because age of credit is what gets people into the 850 club. All you really need on a credit profile is 2 to 4 installment loans to build up that credit profile up properly. And that can be secured loans, a car loan, student loans. So if you have any of those on your credit profile, you've already beat the game. And if you feel comfortable, all you need is 1 to 3 credit cards. Remember, we want to get that first credit card with the credit union and then move from that point on to the big banks. We don't need the crappy credit cards. You can literally build your credit profile up within a full year or 2 years at max and then stop applying for credit until you really need something, like maybe you need a car loan or you decide you want to get a mortgage or you decide you want to get a credit card that makes sense for your lifestyle, because remember, it has to make sense for your lifestyle and you're actually going to use a credit card and take advantage of its benefits. If you're not going to do that, then don't get the credit card. I'm going to leave you with one last huge tip. If the credit card is not coming from one of the biggest banks out there, one of the top 5 big banks, which is Citibank, American Express, Chase Bank, Discover Bank, or Capital One, leave it in the trash where it belongs. It doesn't belong on your credit profile. So I hope you enjoyed this video. We covered another big one on how you should stop applying for credit cards or credit period. You don't need all of that. Make sure that you watch this next video because it is about a credit union that you may want to learn about. And if you felt that I brought you some value in this video, make sure that you don't forget and subscribe to increase your credit score.